I said what I said. I want you all to listen to another master class in language shifting. The thing about this one is that it was short, it was quick. So, like Black Thought and Eminem lyrics, a lot of people only heard what she said on the surface. My job here at TYGMRight is to help you all learn modern females' language shifting tactics so you don't get caught up in their verbiage traps. So, put your good man fam ears on because she definitely tried it in this video. Watch this.
Listen, girls, when a strong woman puts pressure on a man and the man is weak, he runs to a weaker woman. I said what I said.
Did you all hear what she just tried there? Oh, yeah. She just tried to covertly do some verbiage trap bullcrap, but I'm gonna overtly air her agenda out. I said what I said. No, you didn't say what you said. You spoke in language shifting code in order to mask the stupidness of your actions. But don't worry, I'm going to expose you modern females' wordplay agenda today, because I've got time. So let's break down what actually occurred in that disgusting statement she just made. Oh, yeah, it was disgusting, and I'm about to show you exactly why, because it's much, much more than what it appears to be on its surface. So the first thing she said, strong woman. Firstly, the female in this video is not a woman. Let's get that straight right off the bat. She's a modern female. Huge difference. Secondly, is there anyone watching this video who thinks that this chick wouldn't be an absolute whole headache in a relationship? See, what quote unquote strong woman means is that she's quote unquote independent, which translates to bullheaded. She's going to be competing with you constantly, yet is still going to want you to be the man in the relationship. So you pay for everything, but she's in charge. You'd better protect her, but she can do whatever she wants and potentially and purposely put herself into dangerous situations where you have to come in and be Superman. But your human self ain't bulletproof. Translation, you're her slave. Worship her. Good man fam, hear me now? Quote me later. If you let a modern female like this one to your left into your life, you best believe she's going to stomp all over your heart like Rich James did Eddie Murphy's couch in that Chappelle Show skit. F your couch, ninja. F your couch. And thirdly, for some stupid reason, modern females think that strong only equals masculine. Of course they do. They seem to not understand that there are different types of strength. And the funny thing is, if they hate men so much, then why are they constantly trying to be like us? Hey, modern females, come closer. Let me school you right quick. See, strength in a female is femininity, hence fem at the beginning of it. Strength in a male is masculinity, hence mass at the beginning of it, which is short for our massive muscles that can easily show you the difference between you and us. Okay, for disclaimer purposes, nobody is promoting violence or anything. It was a joke. I know that you spell mass with two S's, not one, so don't come over here being the grammar police. I've written several books, so I know what I'm doing. The next part of this modern female statement, pressure on a man. Here we go. When a modern female uses the word quote unquote pressure, do you know to what that word actually translates? It translates to being quote unquote insufferable. But pressure sounds a lot better than being an absolute butthole now, doesn't it? See, this is the language shifting at its finest, using words that sound less harsh to put themselves in the righteous position at any time in any conversation. But here at Treat Your Good Man Right, as No Life Shack says, we catching those. Then, in the next part of her ridiculous statement, she said, and the man is weak, he runs. Now, this is where she tries to pull off the start of a major shift in responsibility. See, She's attempting to begin the association of what's in the second piece of this part of the statement with the word weakness. So if he quote unquote runs, then he's a weak man. Now, why does she word it this way? It's because this way she can persuade him to stay by trying to make him tell himself that if he leaves, i.e., runs, then he's thereby weak. And she knows that no masculine man wants to be seen as weak. You see this Jedi mind trick, language shifting bullcrap these modern females try to pull? It's not her that's the problem, it's him. That means she bears no responsibility for him leaving. Y'all see now the major shift in responsibility that she tried to pull off in this part? See, this is par for the modern female's course. Instead of them just not being intolerable, they'd rather use language shifting in order to try and get everyone around them to change and accept their bad behavior instead of simply changing their bad behavior. Then the last part of her statement said, a weaker woman. Well, she got the woman part right because that's one of the only times a man will finally leave a toxic relationship. When an unbearable modern female is giving him constant hell and he finds a lovely woman who gives him actual peace. But that woman is nowhere near weak. She's like 5 times stronger than any of these modern females, especially ones like this. That's why they're attacking foreign women now, because they can't compete with them. And modern females know it. So, what do they do instead? You guessed it. Start trying to shame them by calling them things like quote unquote weaker, poor, impoverished, desperate. But those beautiful women just let that ish roll right off of their in shape, non tatted shoulders. And lastly, did you all notice her overall framing? Listen to it again.
Listen, girls, when a strong woman puts pressure on a man and the man is weak, he runs to a weaker woman.
Did you notice her sleight of hand? You didn't notice it? You didn't notice how every piece of her statement put her in the dominant position? Think about it. She called herself strong, called the man weak, and a woman she doesn't even know weaker. So the Cliff Notes version of her statement is that strong women make weak men run to weaker women. That's it. That's in essence what she's saying. Do you see it now? In other words, she's a goddess and everyone else is beneath her. Modern females. This is how they think. And as you can see, they tend to almost always express their thoughts using language that puts them at the top of the proverbial food chain. So, to recap, when she spoke in language shifting terms and incorrectly said,
Listen, girls, when a strong woman puts pressure on a man and the man is weak, he runs to a weaker woman.
what she was actually trying to say was, when a whole headache of a combative and competitive modern female is being completely insufferable and a masculine man immediately lets her know that he's not taking any of her crap, he wisely sends her packing, then finds a much better, much more feminine woman to easily replace her because she wouldn't take accountability for her bad behavior and change it. There, I fixed it for you. Mic drop.